Welcome to The American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's The American Dream. Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
It's The American Dream.
Hello, welcome to The American Dream. I'm your host, Kate Fulford, and I'm here to shine a bright light on Portland's most interesting people, places, and things. The focus of today's episode is amazing design. So first, we're going to meet at the Houston Blacklight, which is one of Portland's coolest new bars. And I'm going to talk with my guest, Kate Blairstone, an amazing wallpaper designer. She actually designed the custom wallpaper at the bar. You ready to check it out? I'm so excited to talk to her. Let's go. I'm so excited to talk to Kate Blairstone, a fabulous artist who created the piece behind us. And Kate, I'd love to know how you got started in wallpaper design.
So I started out working in restaurants, kind of doing all the things that the owner didn't want to do. So I had this background in, marketing, social media, designing menus, and this unused BFA sitting around, the way people do. And I got this opportunity when we moved locations to design a wallpaper that we tried to emulate kind of the community feel of this 100-year-old space that we had previously been in a new building with concrete floors and 20-foot ceilings. So it was like, how do we bring this identity into this new space that the look and feel was so different? So I love to kind of bring identity to life in a way that feels super immersive. That's kind of what I do with wallpaper.
I love that. Now, how could a homeowner bring that ethos to their home that you're talking about here in a business environment?
So I kind of think of wallpaper like a garden. It's kind of like, how do you want to feel in the space? What memories do you want to evoke? How do you want to, what cultural touch points are important to you? What do you collect? What are you into? What do you geek out about? And wallpaper is kind of, for some people is a background kind of textural element, but I think it really can be, like a garden, like an immersive, experiential, color speaks to memory. It speaks to cultural symbols, the way that ingredients kind of, go into a recipe. It's the same kind of thing with patterns.
What sort of things inspire you when you're starting to design a piece?
Well, I love working with plants or symbols or like icons that are really specific to the person or the place. And it's even more special when you have collaborators who are like, I have this crazy collection of, vintage blacklight posters that I just want everybody to know that about me. It speaks to who you are, that you found this niche interest and you want to share it with other people.
Well, that sounds like pure magic. And I think I would love to see what you're going to do next. And I hope that some homeowner out there calls you and we end up having a beautiful home out there with your wallpaper in it.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you. We just got finished talking with Kate Blairstone at the Houston Blacklight, and now we're going to head over to Ladd's Addition. I'm excited to share Portland's oldest and most unique planned neighborhood, Ladd's Addition. This was designed by William S. Ladd in the late 1800s. The layout was designed in a radial pattern, which was quite a breakaway from Portland's grid layout. I love the variety of architecture seen here. The neighborhood is a designated historic district, which helps preserve the rich history and architectural details that make this area so special. There's so much to love about living here, from the amazing community to the divine tree canopy and over 3,000 rose bushes among the 5 parks. What's really interesting is that there's a series of alleys that hide the garages, so there's no garages or curb cuts on the front of the houses, creating a beautiful visual that feels like you've stepped back in time. Thank you so much for joining me today on The American Dream. It was such a pleasure to shine a light on Kate Blairstone, the Houston Blacklight, and this gorgeous neighborhood of Ladd's Addition. I'm Kate Fulford, and I can't wait to see you next time.
Welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Pam Blair. Today we're in North Portland's charming neighborhood of St. John's, and I'm going to show you why people love living in Portland's Northern Peninsula neighborhood. We're going to start out with a little stroll to an adorable mid-century modern home to meet up with Eric Wheeler of Positively Pacific Northwest Walking Tours. He's going to tell us a fascinating story about the iconic St. John's Bridge, which is really the gateway to this community. And then because Portlanders love their brew as much as their bridges, we'll head to Occidental Brewery for a tour and a taste. Ready? Let's go. St. John's is such a unique neighborhood because it has that friendly small town feel, yet you're only 15 minutes to downtown Portland. It's full of locally owned businesses, including great eateries and coffee shops. Being a nature lover and an outdoor enthusiast, the fact that I can walk or bike across the St. John's Bridge to literally the entrance of Forest Park with 80 miles of trails, or even a couple blocks to the river and hop on my stand-up paddleboard anytime in the afternoon, it's such a huge perk. I'm here with Eric Wheeler of Positively Pacific Northwest Walking Tours, and we're going to talk about the St. John's Bridge. And Eric, I have a feeling that you and I have a similar fondness for this iconic bridge. So how did such an amazing bridge end up in a very unassuming place like St. John?
Well, indeed. And there is a great story back here, of course. And so it's the 1920s. It's the late 1920s. America is on wheels, and city after city after city are building new bridges. The city of Portland in 1926 had 3 new bridges, but the people in St. John said, we want a bridge. So there was a community-wide effort to lobby Multnomah County to get a new bridge. And lo and behold, little did they know that they would end up with this, what is truly a landmark example of bridge engineering in the area.
It's fascinating. So who was the engineer of this amazing bridge?
Okay, well, this is not a household name, but if you're into bridges and into historic bridges, you would know the name David Steinman. And as he's looking back in his career, a reporter asked him, what bridge are you most proud of? And he said, without hesitation, it's the St. John's Bridge, because in that project, there was more of me in that bridge than any other bridge I built. And so that kind of gives me chills to think about that. And as we look at this bridge, we look at the repetition of these Gothic arches, these pointed arches. You can see from the very foundational piers all the way to the top of the spires, is you see this repeated form that is Gothic. And that's why we call the park, it's called Cathedral Park. So in some ways, what Steinman was after was to resonate with, was to replicate in some way the grandiosity of the Gothic cathedrals in Europe in the medieval era. And that's what we have here in the St. John's Bridge. So it's much more than transportation. It is that, but it's also an expression of the highest, if I can say, one of the highest expressions of bridge engineering in North America.
Well, it's clearly a powerful expression and a work of art. I feel so grateful that we have this in our community, and it's been such a pleasure chatting with you and hearing your passion about the bridge. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you, Pam. It was my pleasure.
We were just at the house with Eric, and now we're at Occidental Brewery, actually underneath the St. John's Bridge, and Matt, the owner, is going to give me a tour on production day, and I can't wait. Let's go. Occidental Brewery opened in 2011 and is one of the oldest breweries in Portland. In the land of IPAs and pale ales, their specialty is German-style beers and international lagers. Their Luca Bradel Doppelbock took gold at the World Beer Cup in 2016 and bronze in 2023. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The American Dream. I'm Pam Blair, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to hang out a little bit and enjoy this beer.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Adriana Foki, and today I'm bringing you to a really cool happening in the Portland area, the 6th Brazilian Festival. This is a relatively new event. We have only had a handful of them, but this one in particular has attracted some world-renowned artists that are soon going to be showcasing their talents on stage for us. The event's about to happen. I am so excited. Come on, let's go. I'm here with Rodrigo, the event organizer. Rodrigo's a very active member of the Brazilian community. He's a business owner, life coach, and a DJ. So, Rodrigo, what inspired you to produce this event today?
I think what inspired me is the longing of being part of my culture. So what inspired me answering your question was to put people together, to have this beautiful day where we come together and dance together and learn how to dance and listen to some music and eat traditional food. I think that's the main thing, to connect people.
What are we celebrating here today?
We are celebrating many things. First of all, Independence Day, September 7th. Also, we're celebrating just Brazilian culture. You know, as I said, we have this music and dance and art, as you can hear. There's so much involved. And now it's becoming a little bigger, where there's a Brazilian festival and inviting other cultures now.
I think the energy that you bring has just translated to all the performers and guests at the show. Thank you so much.
Totally. Thank you for being here and record this amazing, celebration.
I'm here with a headliner for multiple music festivals across the US and in Brazil, Márcio Dallari. He is a band leader, vocalist, percussionist, songwriter, you name it. Márcio, why are festivals so important to the community?
In my humble opinion, festivals are crucial for communities that come from other parts of the world to express themselves in a different way than they are known for as hard workers. They also put a lot of passion, blood, sweat, and tears into beautiful expressions of art.
As an international performer, what would you like to see happen here in Portland?
I would love to see more outlets like these festivals for other global communities to express themselves in an artistic way.
Well, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Greta's going to be playing the surdo, which is a Brazilian drum, for Bloco Alegria, which translates as the joy block. Greta, what attracted you to the Brazilian culture?
I took a samba dance class with Beto, this Brazilian, super wonderful, friendly guy. And the music was loud and it was hot and it was so much fun. From there, it's only grown. I ended up joining this band and it's a whole new world for me.
Tell us a little bit about the name Joy Block, Bloco Alegria. What does that mean?
They're like block parties, I guess, kind of, but they turn into parades. So people play music, drums, sing songs, sing samba songs, and dance. Portland doesn't have a lot of samba bands. We're just the happy block, so we just kind of have fun, and it's all of Portland getting together to play samba.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today, and I am so excited to see you in a little bit. I truly hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Catch me again on my next adventure here on American Dream. I'm your host, Adriana Foki. See you on the next one.
Hi, and welcome to American Dream. I'm Ashley Meekum, your host, and today we're going to be exploring one of the newest spots in West Salem, Old Zen Wine Bar, here in the heart of the Willamette Valley. Despite being one of the biggest cities in the Willamette Valley, Salem didn't have a wine bar until now. Today, I'm gonna hang out with the owner, Nate, and get to talk to him about what inspired him to open a wine bar here in Salem and what they're doing differently. Let's go check it out. Hey Nate, thanks for having me by today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so we're here at your wine bar, Old Zen, and I was hoping you could just tell us a little bit about why you started this wine bar here in Salem, what inspired you?
Well, we started an Oregon-only wine bar here in Salem because we saw kind of a need for it. There was no wine bars in the middle of wine country here in the state capital of Salem. So we saw a need, we started to try to fill that need. Right. And it's been going really well for the last 10 months now that we've been open.
So I understand you guys usually have at least 14 or 15 wines on tap. And then how many other wine choices do you have here for people?
Oh, we've got at least 15 wines on tap at any given time, constantly expanding, constantly rotating around of just Oregon wines, working with different vineyards and winemakers to see what we can get from them. And then we've got approximately 118 different wines available for our customers to purchase too, and strictly all Oregon wines, all Oregon grapes from Oregon winemakers.
And I understand you also have beer on tap for those people who don't like wine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have a variety of primarily Oregon beer as well on tap, including Fort George beer from up in Astoria to Calpuyer Brewing down in Albany, and we very different kind of beer varietals as well.
And I know you're doing some other really cool things to promote other local businesses. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We've been welcoming a bunch of West of Salem food into our establishment from different restaurants. If somebody brings in food from a West Salem restaurant, they get $1 off their first glass of wine or 10% off their first bottle of wine. We've also had great relationships with other restaurants from downtown Salem, like Basil and Board, who offers a discount on food that's brought into here from there. They give 10% off their food order when they have their people delivered here.
Seems like you always have really fun stuff going on in here. Can you tell us about some of the events that you host here?
So much stuff going on. We've got karaoke every week. We've got live music every week. We're somebody's show. We started last month. That's happening once a month in here now too. Movie nights, open mic nights, where we have a bunch of local artists from not only the local area, but we've had artists coming in down from Portland just to perform down here.
So while I'm here, do you want to tell me about some of your favorite wines?
Absolutely. In fact, let me pour you a glass of wine and tell you some of the smaller winemakers that we have in here, which is great.
Awesome. Perfect.
It's a 2017 Torrymore Pinot Noir from here in Oregon, right up in Dundee.
And is this one I can go into the winery and get, or?
Absolutely. You can go up to the winery and get it. Our goal is to bring all these vineyards to downtown Salem instead of people having to go out to the vineyards all the time. So we're bringing all these different vineyards from all these different areas across the state so people can try those wines from the multiple Pinot Noirs or Chardonnays that we have here in the Willamette Valley to Southern Oregon, Tempernios and Cabernet Sauvignons, Northern Oregon, Merlots and Carmenères. There's so many different great varietals in Oregon that, especially when you're in the Willamette Valley trying to think of, oh, it's just Pinot Noir and Chardonnay country. There's so many out there for everybody to try.
Thanks for hanging out with me today while we visited Old Zen Wine Bar in Salem, Oregon. I'm your host with American Dream TV, Ashley Meekum. We'll see you next time.
Hi, welcome to the American Dream TV Selling the Willamette Valley. I'm your host, Roxy Howell, and today I can hardly contain my excitement as I'm about to take you on an exclusive tour of this architectural marvel. It's Beaver Nation's newest addition to Reaser Stadium. Come on, let's go check it out.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Reaser Stadium. Excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here. I just really appreciate you giving us this tour today and taking time out of your busy schedule. So I'm really excited to hear about the architectural design of this place. It's stunning. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so a big thing with this is just showing the beautiful nature of Oregon. Even starting out with our big tree ring where it shows our history.
Whoa, this is stunning. Where are we?
So this is the Founders Club. This is for our donors that have donated $1 million for the Completing Reaser project here. So we're excited to be able to give them an exclusive access, different amenities than most of the other people within the stadiums. They have the bar, they have food, they have a lot of different things that are different, as well as a view to the stadium while they're inside. So now coming from the Founders Clubs, we're entering into our Coastal Club. And this is where we have some of our living room boxes. As you can see, you get a great view of the stadium. In these seats, you get 2 TVs that you get to watch the game and replays with. This is a very exclusive spot as well. Beautiful seating and beautiful view of the stadium.
Yeah, wow, this is where I'd want to watch my game for sure.
We're entering into the Coastal Club. This is actually one of 2 clubs that we have. These are other premium areas that our donors that are sitting in the boxes that get to come in here. They get to come in here and enjoy the bar as well, some food as well, and then we have also a mirrored side on the other side with the Cascades as well.
Well, now that we've seen the premium seats, can you show us a little bit of a fan experience?
Yeah, we can head down to Beaver Street, which is unique to colleges, where you get to get some great food and a view of the stadium.
Let's go check it out.
This is the first thing that our fans get to see when they come into the new side. This is where we have all our concessions, great views of the stadium.
So I know you received an award in 2005. Is there any chance we can see it?
Yeah, won the 2005 Lou Groza Award, and let's go take a look. This is the 2005 Lou Groza Award. It's given to the best place kicker in all of college America. So this was a pretty prideful moment for me, especially since my team helped me get to that point. But I was excited to be able to win that award and bring it back to Oregon State.
That's awesome, and I hear you have something pretty exciting happening next week as well.
Yeah, with all the accomplishments, like with the Groza and everything else throughout my career, I've been inducted into Oregon State's Hall of Fame 2023 class, so I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations, that's a big honor.
Thank you. Yeah,
your family's really happy for you.
Yes, family coming in from all over the nation to come into the Willamette Valley.
Wow. So, what's your favorite memory with playing for the Beavers?
So, had a lot of great memories, always beating the Ducks is up there, but in 2006, I was able to kick the game-winning field goal against them to win that game.
Ah, that's a good rivalry.
Yes.
So I want to hear a little bit about what you currently do for the Beavers.
So I'm the director of Beyond Football. What my main goal is I work with the football players, is helping them professionally and personally and help them to get careers after they're done playing football.
That's awesome. I'm sure that was something that was really, special to you when you played as well. And,
Yeah, we definitely, one of the things was I struggled with that transition. And so that's the big goal, is making sure that they don't go through the same experience and they have a lot better experience than I did.
That's amazing. What an honor. Well, thank you for giving us this amazing tour. And now that we've seen it all, let's go kick a football.
Let's do it.
Thank you for tuning in and watching the American Dream TV, Selling the Willamette Valley. I'm your host, Roxy Howell, and until next time, keep living your dream.
Hi, and welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Bryn Lindekugel, and I am so excited to share one of my favorite parts of Lake Oswego, Oregon with you. Then we're gonna head up to the hills to see a jaw-dropping custom-built home. Welcome to First Street in downtown Lake Oswego. From gourmet ice cream tasting to Northwest-inspired cuisine, there is something here for everyone. My favorite place on this street is Rumi Simone, a full-service spa and salon located right here in the heart of downtown Lake Oswego. With gift-giving season coming up, I'm going to pop in and grab a quick gift certificate. Come on inside with me and see what this inviting and relaxing space has to offer. We're here with Randy Sebastian of Renaissance Homes, president and founder. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you,
So
Fran.
excited to be here.
Thank you.
What is your focus right now?
We are the #1 builder in Lake Oswego, the #1 builder on the west slope of Portland, the Washington County side. But what we're really doing is building a lot of custom homes for our clients. We build anywhere within 50 miles of our office in Lake Oswego. So lots of acreage, big custom, really family compounds we're building a lot of these days.
Fantastic.
And it's great. Yeah.
And what does that look like, the timeline for a custom built home?
From the time our designers meet the client on their property, how we work is we meet somebody has a piece of property, we all go out and we look at the property, we take surveys, we do everything. From the time we start, it's about 14 months.
Okay.
That means we create the home, we design the home with our architect, in-house architect, and we have interior designers. So the architect and interior designers are working directly with the client to create this home. And then we also price the home out. Before we even start, the client knows the price. We're the only builder that can do this just because of our system and process. And then people go to our design studio, we buy direct from Sub-Zero Wolf, direct from GE, direct from Milgard Windows. So we have really, and we buy direct Toto and all the other plumbing appliances, Kohler, Delta, all that. And so you can see everything from this home came from our design studio. So it's a really good way to build customs on a budget, on a tight budget, in a tight schedule. So it's really 12 to 14 months from we start.
Why should someone build a Renaissance home?
Well, I've been doing this for nearly 40 years, 39 years in counting. Super experienced, built 4,500 homes. So our team, most of my team has been with me for 20 plus years, subcontractors too. So it's all we do. We don't remodel, we don't fix and flip, we only build new homes. And so we're super focused and super efficient at it, and our clients are raving fans. And we have people that are on their 5th Renaissance home. And we're the only branded home where you see the plaques in the driveway, oh, it's a Renaissance home on resale, so we do better on resale than any other builder. And our service, our customer service is second to none. So we really want people to be happy with their home, and we're local, we're here. Office is right in Lake Oswego, I grew up here.
Yep.
You know, I say I'm the local's yokel, so yeah, you can't. Anyway, in my opinion, you can't do any better than a Renaissance home.
I'd agree with you. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Of course,
we
thank
really
you.
appreciate your time and showing
Thank
us
you.
this phenomenal home. Thanks for hanging out today. I'm Bren Lindekugel, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.